we're now able to configure our image detail component based upon some prop that is passed in. So now we need to figure out how we can also show an image inside of here as well, also depending upon some configuration option or prop. Now hopefully right before this video, you saw another lecture where there was a images.zip file. So here's that file I have right here. If you didn't download this file, please pause this video, go back to the previous lecture, and download that zip. This has 3 different images that we're going to want to show inside of our component. All right, so I'm going to extract this file by just double-clicking on it if you're on Mac OS. If you're on Windows, you can double-click on it and then hit extract here. And once we have that folder, we're then going to open it up and drag and drop all 3 of those images into the assets directory of our project. This assets directory right here is where we put any static content, so like images that don't change, that we want to use inside of our application. So I'm going to open up that folder. Here's my assets folder, and I'll drag and drop beach, forest, and mountain inside there. All right, so now I'll close assets and that other folder. So now inside of your code editor, you should be able to open up that assets directory and see beach, forest, and mountain. Okay, so like I said, we now want to make sure that we can show an image inside of our image detail. We're going to eventually want to customize exactly which image we show, but for right now, let's just hard code exactly one image that will be shown inside of all copies of image detail, just so we can first figure out how to show an image, and then later on, we will fix it up to accept this which image to show as a prop instead. Okay, so to get started, inside of my image detail file, I'm going to go up to my import statement up here, and I'm going to import a new primitive component called image. Then, inside of my component itself, I'm going to wrap the existing text with a view element as well. As usual, don't forget to clean up that semicolon at the end of text. Then right above it, I'm going to place a copy of the image element. This is another self-closing element, so we're going to use a self-closing tag. Then to specify what image we want to show, we're going to pass in an source property. In the browser, you might be used to using image elements with a src property. With React Native, it's the full word source instead. Then inside of here, we're going to pass a require statement. This require statement is going to provide a path to the image that we want to show. This, very much like our import statements that we've written, is going to be a relative path. So we need to make sure we provide a relative path from our image detail, that's the file that we're in right now, up into the assets directory, and then select one of these 3 different pictures. So to get over there, we're going to do a ... Remember that goes up one directory. Then ... again. That takes me up to my root project directory. We'll then go into assets, and then we'll select the beach.jpg image. So beach.jpg. Okay, so now we can save this, and if we flip back over and navigate to the image screen once again, we'll see 3 copies of the beach image appear. Perfect. Okay, so this is how we show an image that's been saved into our local project. Eventually, we're going to want to show an image that we pull from some source online as well. Doing that requires just a slightly different setup than what we have right here, very slightly different. And we'll figure out how to do that later on. But for right now, this is how we show an image that's been saved into our assets directory. Okay, so now that we understand how to show an image, let's take another pause right here. When we come back in the next video, we're going to make sure that when our image screen shows the image detail, it passes down another prop called image, or maybe image source or something like that, which will be a path to the image that each of these image details should show on the screen. So quick pause, and we'll take care of that in the next video.